This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell and Missy Kohler. News 25, local news you can count on. Today's news is brought to you in part by Dr. George Leeks, Pahrump's optometrist since 1990, offering full spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Thanks for tuning in to KPVM-TV and Ace Country Radio's News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Missy Kohler. Today is Monday, September 28th. Thank you for joining us.
Well, investigators are trying to determine what sparked a fire that caused major damage to a Pahrump home on Tehachapi Sunday afternoon. All occupants are safe, and as Fire Chief Scott Lewis explains, firefighters were able to locate and save 3 pets from the flames, which led to an emotional reunion.
So as we arrived on location, we found heavy fire across the back of the property and heavy smoke pouring from both the roof and also the eaves of a double-wide manufactured dwelling. We completed a 360 size up, again found heavy fire all the way across the back side of the structure and was in imminent threat to a fifth-wheel trailer, as well as some other accessory outbuildings in the back. We found that neighbors were attempting to effect some type of rescue, of course the security doors on the structure, but by breaking the windows, and we saw several windows broken by those bystanders, that was introducing that necessary air to make the fire grow faster. So we encourage people, don't do that. It's better for us to go in under a rescue mode on air and make sure that we can get into those areas. All 3 pets were successfully located, rescued, received oxygen therapy via our new mask that we received from KPVM recently, and they worked flawlessly. So all 3 pets, including a large dog, a small dog, and a cat, were transported to a local vet. It was miraculous, actually, that they survived the event due to the heavy smoke conditions and the high heat within the structure. They were all, suffering from some form of smoke inhalation and some heat exhaustion, getting those types of symptoms. But by placing them on the oxygen, cooling them down, getting them into a safe area, and simply just getting them to relax a little bit was great help. But we had the necessary tools in place and put them to immediate use with the homeowners there watching us as we administer the oxygen first for the large dog. Now we had the mask fit perfectly. The homeowner was very concerned about that dog, as we all would be. As the second smaller dog came out, same thing, oxygen right on that patient or that pet, and then of course the cat, the same thing. Cat was a little bit more difficult to locate. It was a black colored cat in those conditions, very, very difficult to find. We have a real strong idea as to what happened. The fire appeared to have originated on the rear porch and not within the residence. The fire quickly spread on the materials that were stored on the porch and into that exterior wall surface and then directly into the attic.
Just a couple of weeks ago, we told you about the donation of those masks to Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue by Brad Francis and Matt Neff. They really came in handy this weekend, so thank you. On September 26th, the Nye County Sheriff's Office graduated 9 new deputies in a ceremony that celebrated socially distant and via Zoom. There were guest speakers, awards presentations, badge pinnings, and a swearing-in ceremony. Sheriff Sharon Worley spoke to News 25 about the academy, COVID, the training these new deputies completed, and challenges they will face.
This academy has been really different. Yeah. Of course, COVID hit right in the middle of this academy, and so we had to learn how to do distance learning. About the time that they got back to the academy and things opened up enough so they could go back to the classroom, each and every one of them decided to get COVID the same time, so it was out for another 2 weeks. There's knowledge-based tests, and then there's performance-based tests. In other words, let's take firearms qualification, for instance. It's not just picking up a firearm and going out and shooting it. There's classroom that goes with that, and learning how to manipulate a firearm, how to keep it safe, and how to actually aim, etc. All that is done in the classroom first. And then we do the performance-based test, which is drills, and eventually a qualification. We have some diversion classes coming up as well, and we'll be teaming up with mental health even more. and bringing them into the sheriff's office to help us with that. These folks went over 800 hours. Social unrest today is one of the biggest problems that we have. Other than little pockets here and there, we're feeling the aftermath of those pockets so far. However, it is spreading, and eventually it will come here, and we are prepared for that. They'll go through an FTO program before they're allowed out by themselves, but yes, they will be with experienced officers, and they'll start the field training next week.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk about someone who got arrested in Pahrump, someone we've been looking for, and we'll also have your Business First Brief. Stick around.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest-reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on. Optum Care Network of Nevada, offering Medicare Advantage members more than 3,000 primary and specialty care providers throughout the state.
Welcome back. Well, talks are set to resume on another stimulus package that would include direct payments to Americans. Orders for big-ticket items jumped slightly in August, and Costco records its largest profit ever.
Topping our news on Capitol Hill, House Democrats are ready to restart stalled stimulus talks. This week, the House chamber could potentially vote on a $2.4 trillion plan. That measure includes government funding for unemployment benefits, small business loans, and aid for airlines. Republicans offered up a scaled-back bill in July that cost $1 trillion for financial aid. Orders for big-ticket items such as refrigerators and washing machines rose 0.4% in August. Economists were forecasting a gain of 1.5%. This is the fourth time in a row that orders for durable goods increased. Costco is bagging big money. The wholesale retailer reported a 27% profit jump. Costco's profit topped $4 billion for the first time ever as customers spent a record $52.3 billion stocking up during the COVID crisis.
The Nye County Sheriff's Office has a person in custody that was recently wanted for a crime against the elderly.
Earlier this month, Nye County Sheriff's Office asked for help from the public in locating Terry Penoyer. Penoyer has been located. During an investigation for elder abuse and interviewing the victim, witnesses, and pawn shops, probable cause was produced for the arrest of Penoyer. Penoyer had entered 2 separate rooms of the victim's home with the intent to commit grand larceny by stealing a coin collection valued at approximately $200,000. Penoyer then sold this coin collection to a pawn shop. Penoyer has a long history for grand larceny, possession of stolen property, and burglary. Penoyer was arrested near his residence in Pahrump. At the time of his arrest, Penoyer had 2 outstanding felony arrest warrants. Penoyer was booked on the outstanding warrants and for exploitation of an older, vulnerable person, grand larceny, residential burglary, and failure to appear after bail and felony crime.
Well, the Silver State Health Insurance Exchange, the state agency that connects Nevadans to qualified health plans through the online state-based exchange known as Nevada Health Link, announces the approved exchange health insurance rates for Plan 2021 at an increase of 4.2%. Nevadans should understand that an increase in finalized rates also means an increase in subsidies to help eligible Nevadans cover monthly premium costs. Nevada Health Link is the only place consumers can access federal financial assistance to help offset the cost of insurance, and 4 out of 5 applicants who purchase a plan through the exchange are eligible for financial assistance. Open enrollment periods for plan year 2021 will run from this November through January 15th of next year, giving consumers an additional 30 days to enroll in a comprehensive health plan. Those who enroll by 11/59 on December 31st will have health insurance coverage effective on January 1st. Those who enroll between January 1st and January 15th will have coverage effective February 1st.
When we come back, we'll have your health report and this week's Save a Pet.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back. We're happy to have you with us. September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. Each year, nearly 16,000 kids in the United States are diagnosed with cancer. 10-year-old Lucy Spada from Wisconsin is one of them. She spent the last year battling a rare cancer and inspired everyone along the way. Kyle Michael Miller has her story of hope.
Meet the Spadas, Maggie and Piero, and their 3 kids, Lucy, Leo, and Cecilia.
Lucy is a sweetheart. She's just always concerned about everyone else in the room, about everyone's feelings. She's really witty and smart, and very stubborn.
Fierce.
In a fierce way.
Last fall, life was normal for 9-year-old Lucy. She had just started school and was excited for the soccer season.
She had this significant limp during a game, and we were like, well, that's not right. Let's get this checked out by our pediatrician.
Lucy was diagnosed with a rare cancer called Ewing's sarcoma.
We explained there's all different types of cancer. We were going to be with her, and as soon as she heard that, she was like, okay.
As long as you're with me.
As long as you're with me, I can do this.
She started treatment at a local hospital in Milwaukee. In February, the family temporarily moved to Ohio for more specialized care at Cleveland Clinic Children's.
As a combination of standard of care chemotherapy and radiation therapy.
She was so brave and awesome through the whole thing. She kept a smile on for the whole time, which was really great.
In May, family and friends welcomed the Spadas home with an epic parade. They returned to Ohio in July for Lucy's final treatment and to hear some good news. She's cancer-free.
There's always hope, right? That it's a long, exhausting sprint, but that it does end, and often with really wonderful outcomes.
Other kids who have it, it's like really hard, but you guys can do it.
At Cleveland Clinic, I'm Kyle Michael Miller.
Lucy will continue to receive regular testing to make sure the cancer doesn't return. In the meantime, she's loving life back at home, especially with her new puppy, Scruff.
And speaking of animals, in today's Save a Pet, we meet 3 brothers, adorable kittens available for adoption right now from Desert Haven Animal Society. Darby O'Donnell introduces us to Harry, Willie, and Charlie.
Today's Save a Pet is proudly sponsored by Jason Ernest with Mountain West Lawyers. Call 775-727-9500.
Hi, I'm Darby here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today we are joined with some cute kitties. One of them is just fiercely staring at me right now. Okay, so this one is Harry. He's mainly all white. He does have a little gray on like his head and on his ear, and does little spots on his back. And then his brothers are all gray for the most part. Willie does look like he's wearing little white underwear, and then they both have white paws. So these 3 brothers, they do not need to go together. They were actually just an owner surrender. They're 5 weeks old. So these 3 kittens are available right now for adoption. They're all males. They're crazy maniacs. One is scaling the side of his cage right now. That one is Willie. He looks like he's wearing underpants. Anyway, they're sweet little boys. They are little kittens, so they definitely need a lot of playtime, but they're very sweet, super affectionate, cute little personalities. If you'd like to come and see them or any of their friends here in the cat room, just go and call and make an appointment ahead of time, 775-751-7020, or you can always look them up on their Facebook page at Desert Haven Animal Society. The kitty fell asleep on me, and I love it.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Hi, it's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios, trying hard not to squint out here in the beautiful sun at the corner of 2nd and Center Street. We're in front of the Moose Lodge 808 site of fantastic community garage sale Saturday. Now they're going to be selling a whole bunch of stuff, all the Moose members, and then if you've got donations that you'd like to get rid of, if you're cleaning out your garage into the summer, you're thinking, hey, this is a great time, I'll have a garage sale. Maybe you don't have to have a garage sale, maybe just bring it here, donate that stuff. Come on over Thursday. They're going to be organizing and taking those donations on Thursday. Friday they're going to be organizing, getting everything priced out, ready to go for the sale. It's Saturday at 9 a.m. right here at Moose Lodge 808 at the corner of 2nd and Center in Pahrump. We'll tell you about all the weather you can expect for this gorgeous garage sale event when we return.
News 25 Weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Las Vegas. Good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios, and this is your weather report. Oh, it's a sunshiny day. Beautiful day here in Pahrump. Look at this tie. Put it on to celebrate. I got that in Hawaii. Beautiful at the farmer's market. Oh, frosty and friendly. What's going on? 78 degrees for a high. You guys aren't even trying. 44 for a low. And Fallon also 78 for a high, 41 for a low tonight. Carson City keeping the man down with 79 degrees for a high today and 42 for a low. Out in Tonopah, also 78 degrees and 42 for a low now as we crawl south out to Goldfield. Things are heating up. 80 degrees was our high today. 41 for a low out in Beatty. Gateway to Death Valley, 90 degrees. It's your high today. 55 for a low. In Amargosa, pleasant 93 degrees with a 60 for a low. Big winters in Las Vegas. You're sweating it out at 93 degrees, 67 for a low. And in Death Valley, wow, you guys are positively not deathly. 103 degrees for a high today. That's not even bad. You're off about 7 degrees from yesterday. 72 for a low tonight. But let's take a look at the weather in Pahrump, shall we? Oh, it's gorgeous. 90 degrees is our current temperature. Just a titch off the mark of 92, which was our high. Winds out of the south and west at 6 miles an hour. I was surprised. I was thinking there's so much burning in California. There's got to be some smoke this morning. Mount Charleston, bigger than life this morning out by the pool. It's wonderful. Dry weather, 90% humidity. Sunrise this morning at 6:37 a.m. It will set tonight at 6:31 p.m. and I'll miss all 4 minutes that we lost. 61 degrees for a low tonight. That'll feel all right. East-northeast winds to 6 miles per hour and still dry, 16% humidity. As we head on to the week, let's take a look. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Oh, looks like we're sticking into the mid to high 90s for our highs in Pahrump. Mid to low 60s for at night. Let's see, 8 mile an hour winds. Not too bad, not too shabby. A lot of winds out of the west northwest. I'm feeling like that's going to add a lot of smoke to the air, and I really am sad about that. I wish they'd get that under control in California. More fires burning. I heard Sonoma and some of the wine country on fire. So let's think good thoughts for our friends in California. Send that smoke away, and so we can enjoy the rest of our week. Let's make that a promise. Okay, that's John Kohler from the Channel 25 Weather Studios. That's your report. Good night.
Thanks so much, John. Well, we want to remind everybody that RAM is coming this weekend, Remote Area Medical. And if you would like to get an appointment, there are still appointments available right now for dental, medical, and mental health. You can give them a call at 865-500-8592 to make your appointment. And where is it going to be at, Missy?
It's going to be at Pathways, October 3rd and 4th. That's at the corner of Mount Charleston and Calvada. So head on down there. Free, no strings attached medical care.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
I'm Missy Kohler. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening.
Good night.